Beans, they're good for the heart. I can feel an explosion coming on this chart. Scissor me until I pop. Is Ethereum right now forming this omega bullish breakout pattern with an exact target very much higher than we currently are? And if this is in fact duly in part to the EIP 1559 announcement, is there even more explosiveness to come? Boy, oh boy, I'm glad I did not sell my Ethereum, because let's just say something smells fishy in here, and you know me, I love some sloppy seconds. And could this bullish momentum save Bitcoin and alts across the space from a massive continued downtrend? Bitcoin is still very much posturing to initiate a drop lower, but there still may be a chance that we avoid maximum dumpage confirmed. Come one, come all, will we bounce or will we fall? Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Bean Dip, and I'm here to fill your ears with knowledge, your eyes with tears, and your hearts with joy. Goodness gracious, do we have some exciting technical action to bring to you in today's webisode, because we're not only going to be looking at Bitcoin, but we're going to be heavily looking at Ethereum, because guys, we are finally starting to see some very interesting developments after holding some absolutely key levels over the past few weeks. There comes a time when the explosion reigns true, and I'll tell you what, fellas, it's looking closer and closer, and I could not be more ready for a blast from the past. Wow, so if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you get access to these time-sensitive alerts. This is the place where you want to be if you absolutely are waiting for that massive eruption. Like I always say, when we blast alone, we're weak. But when we blast together, we can change the world. So if we start here with the entire altcoin market cap, guys, we are finally, again, still battling this 21-day, but we're really trying to inch up here and break above it. And that is where the real action starts. If we switch to the entire crypto market cap, we're actually still kind of lagging behind a little bit, but the entire altcoin space is looking a little bit more bullish. This chart minus BTC, because BTC has been taking a little itsy-bitsy bit of a tumble here, but altcoins are really desperately trying to get back up. So if we just start here with Ethereum, guys, this is absolutely huge. Now, something else besides this pattern, we have now just gotten a bullish cross between the 21 and 50 on this 6-hour chart for the very first time since back in the middle of January. The last time we had this bullish cross, this is kind of like a little fake out cross, but yeah, let's just go back a little bit further. This was on January 17th, so about a month and a half ago. But the real cross, again, kind of a fake out cross, this is again back at the end of December. So another very big thing for Ethereum is that, as we've been talking about, we held this horizontal level of support, which is about 1400. This was absolutely critical, absolutely key. We talked about this. We needed to hold above this. If we go to the daily chart, you can see we actually never got any daily closes below this. We had a very big wick. You can see that here on the daily. But yeah, for the most part, this was pretty resilient. This was important because for an entire month, this was the top of this ascending triangle before Ethereum blasted from 1400 all the way up to over $2,000. So very big, very strong, very indubitable for Ethereum. Very big stuff here. If we go to the 6-hour chart, though, this is what's interesting. So you can see this kind of more clearly here, but yeah, there was clearly an initial drop to that $1,400 region, and then we initiated a slightly lower drop, forming the head of this potential inverse head and shoulders. And then after finding that resistance, again, right around that, I want to actually increase this from about 1650 to about 1700. So kind of this entire range, because there is some pretty strong resistance and support, or so far it was support, but now it's turned into resistance right around this $1,650 to $1,700 range for Ethereum. Remember, we've traded quite a bit between $1,650 and $1,700. And the top of this potential inverse head and shoulder is really about 1650, but I actually want to round up a little bit to about 1700 to take into account all of this accumulated volume around this level. So that's another thing. But then, yeah, after getting rejected about 1650 again, set a higher low here, which formed this potential right shoulder. And as you can see, for the past 7 days, it's basically been straight to the upside from about 1430, 1440 to our current price of about 1600. Got all the way to about 1620 so far today. So this is going to be very interesting for Ethereum, because over the next few days, this could get very bullish for Ethereum. We're starting to see some short-term momentum really pick up for Ethereum after holding such a pivotal horizontal support right here. Very, very good. This is exactly what you want to see when we're breaking, and when we're in like a blue sky breakout and the months following initial breakouts. Okay, you had this initial resistance, we broke out, and of course we always come back for a back test. And the fact that for the most part we've absolutely beautifully held this previous month-long resistance is exactly what you want to see. All that means is resistance flipping into support, and that is exactly perfect for continuing a bullish blast off. And within all of that, we have this bullish pattern formed as well. And the breakout target of this is roughly about 2,000 US dollars. But if we approach 2,000 again, by that point, it'll already be too late. I think we're going to go much higher than that. I think more of the significant resistance is around that $1,800 to $1,700 region. And when we're finally able to bust, when Ethereum has the thrust to bust above these levels, then it is more likely that we're gonna be breaking 2,000 concretely and be hopefully heading towards those higher targets. And again, this is also very good because this is lining up perfectly with the fundamental news of EIP 1559, which we covered at length in yesterday's video, so we're not going to talk about it again in today's video. But when you have long-awaited fundamental news lining up with some absolute very nice technicals, that is what we in the industry call the juice to let us lose. And now the time frame for this playing out ideally will be within the next 3 to 4 days, I would think. It looks very, very good here. This could, again, it's probably not going to happen within the next 12 hours, but Ethereum's looking really well. It does have some very big tests coming up, though. There's some very big accumulated volume, all in this area here, all in this region. Again, that $1,700 target is a pretty big area that Ethereum really has to bust through first, and that'll be kind of a big test for that as well. But yeah, there's a lot looking good for Ethereum right now, and I think it's very long awaited because Ethereum has been underperforming price-wise, and basically everyone knows that. A lot of people have been, I guess, underwhelmed with Ethereum's price performance, myself included. I personally was expecting Ethereum to be a little more explosive, and again, I'm still insanely bullish on it. I still have my entire Ethereum position that I've been talking about for well over a month now. So I'm still extremely bullish. I have not traded that Ethereum into anything else. And again, like I said, in my experience, when something that you know is most likely, you're very confident is going to do very well, and weeks and weeks go by and it does not perform very well, and then you decide, you know what, I'm flipping this into something else. In my own experience, 95% of the time, that has ended badly, and that is how I've made some big mistakes with my portfolio. Remember, patience is key, and if you understand something and you really think it's about to pop, based on the technicals combined with fundamentals, then yeah, you just have to stay convicted and you just have to stay determined, because again, my bounciest gainers have always been because of patience, and every single time that I've tried to chase a pump, for the most part, it has not ended very well, meaning Ethereum has not been pumping. Nobody has been chasing Ethereum's pump because there's no pump to be had. However, fundamentally, do I believe that Ethereum is absolutely ready to burst? Technically and fundamentally, particularly over the next 1 to 2 months. I'm not saying within the next 24 hours, but just in the next 1 or 2 months, absolutely I believe that. So again, that is why I'm not exiting my Ethereum positions at all. And this is just my opinion, but I very much think Ethereum is very undervalued at $1,600. And guys, the big thing here is that Ethereum has actually led cryptocurrency out of bearish trends before, and it's led bull markets. Specifically, 2017. The very beginning was heavily spurred on by Ethereum exploding from very, very small valuations to over $1,000 at the peak at the very beginning of 2018. So Ethereum does have the power to move markets and influence markets. It's not very shocking saying that. It is the number 2 cryptocurrency, so it's very much expected that it has a lot of power and a lot of weight in the market. But the big question is here, can it help Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin has not been looking as good. So let's actually, let me pull out the Bitcoin dominance chart. Yeah, we see Bitcoin actually faltering a little bit here. It's been battling to try and get above its 21-day moving average for multiple weeks now. Actually, as of like tomorrow, it'll be exactly a month. And yeah, you can see that happening. It did have a bearish cross back at the beginning of the year, back in January of 2021. And yeah, Bitcoin dominance is rather high. So it is possible that we see Bitcoin dominance continue to fall here. As you can see in the past, Bitcoin dominance has been much lower than it currently is. And just looking at this trend that is going to play out definitely over the next few months, to me, this looks like it is very much testing for support before most likely breaking down, guys. And again, I love Bitcoin. It is my #1 position, but at the same time, there are more coins in this market than just Bitcoin. It doesn't matter how good a single coin is. There will always be room. Again, this is just my opinion, but I just think there will always be room for more innovation and more projects. So I just think it's important to always understand there will probably continue to be places in portfolios for other altcoins. It's absolutely vital in crypto that if you have cryptocurrency, that you have Bitcoin in there. But again, it looks as though, and this is something I think is just going to continue specifically in the summer, Bitcoin dominance, in my opinion, is going to take a hefty drop, and I think altcoins are going to do very, very well. And again, if we even just look at the entire altcoin market cap, this is the entire Bitcoin, this is the entire crypto market cap. You can see obviously very nice explosion over the past few months. This is the entire altcoin market cap. We're not very much above these all-time highs. So altcoins are still, as a whole, kind of underperforming, and I think that they have a lot of room to make up, and I think when they make up that room, it's going to happen very, very fast. I think altcoins are going to make up some of this gappage in a very short time span. And as I've been saying, I think it's ideally going to be around the maybe the end of May, June, and just the summer of 2021. But that is the big question here, because Bitcoin is just not looking technically very strong. The technicals don't show a lot of strength for Bitcoin. Like just looking at these charts, nothing screams to me that we're about to break out above 50K and go to 56 and then all-time highs. Nothing says that to me. I've been saying that, I think I started saying that within 2 days of getting this drop. So maybe like February 22nd or 23rd, I've been saying like this is kind of a downtrend now, and we've only been going down since then. And yeah, I don't think there's any reason to think we're not going to keep going down with Bitcoin just yet, unless we can get some other strong momentum in the market, potentially with Ethereum. And yeah, if Ethereum can't do it, then I personally think Bitcoin is still going to continue this downtrend, ultimately down to our target, like we've been mentioning, 40 to 42,000. So yeah, unless Ethereum really can pick up here. But again, this is also a beautiful time for Ethereum to be breaking out against Bitcoin. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. If you're interested in trading, make sure to take advantage of our Bybit and FeeMix deposit bonuses below. Never trade more than you're willing to lose. Also, don't use leverage if you've never even traded in general. But that's all for me. Bye-bye.